So here's our big boy. He's a result of 4 or 5 years of concept development and a lot of images on the cutting room floor. He's a giant marionette puppet, and there are 3 layers to this. The first layer is probably the most amazing, and in some ways what you're seeing here is the tip of the iceberg. It's this automation layer. Now, Kong, as a giant marionette or string puppet, has these major strings, these cables that go to his back. Well, that's all you see of that, but the bulk of all that stuff is way up there in the gantry. So 1.5 tons down here is actually controlled by 30 tons of equipment up there, which was produced by Stage Technologies, which is an automation company, and they've done a brilliant piece of job. The other part of this whole world is the King's Men, and so the King's Men are essentially the rope pullers and the direct manipulators of the limbs of King Kong, and working in concert with the automation, they're able to create this single beast. The other layer, before I offend anyone else for making someone seem over important, is a group of people that you'll never see on stage with King Kong, and they control the inboard functions of King Kong, and they're not actually inboard King Kong. They're way at the back of the stalls here in a soundproof black box, and these guys are the Voodoo operators, and they control the 47 axes of movement. Now, an axis of movement can be anything from a shoulder shrug to a blink of an eye, or to, on the hands and limbs, we have wrist movement and flexing and those various things like that. The face, of course, a lot of people talk about the face, and I'm so glad to have brought a lot of the film technology that myself and others have worked with over the years into the stage for the first time, and this has really been the first opportunity to have a face that's so complex, that has so much asked of it to convey emotion and to convey energy on stage. It's by way of illustration of how complex this creature is. It has 16 servo motors in its face, and you sort of wonder how you control all these sort of things. Well, it's controlled by Voodoo Rigs, and a Voodoo Rig is, as the name suggests, it's an intuitive way of controlling this puppet. So these guys at the back here have a whole bunch of specialized controllers, and Danny, for instance, is able to, with one little joystick, for instance, bring in a snarl, and the snarl is about 12 motors that all work in concert, and then he layers in the brows, and then we layer in the voice, and all of a sudden you get this life, which is King Kong. Thanks, Kong.